Okay, as you can see, I'm dressed up in my Sunday best again. Sorry, I don't get dressed up for these things. Plus, I got the nice white glow from the screen on my face. It makes me look ghastly and all my hair on my face. Not very presentable, but the information I'm going to share today should be relatively presentable. What I got on the screen here is an untitled document from Google Docs. If you go up to the top left-hand corner there in the apps, you have these apps here. If you click on it, you'll get Google Docs, right? You open that up and Google Docs, and you go to Google Docs, and you'll get a screen like this. You go blank, get an untitled document. Okay, and you got your toolbar here. Under Tools, let me back up a little. Why I'm going to click on this. I type really slow, and I'm working at it, and I'm taking an online typing tutor, but I'm a little old and arthritic in the hands. I've been working construction for 30 years. It's kind of gotten to my wrists. So I can only type for so long with that controlled motion of having to hold your hands on the QWERTY system. And so I can only practice for so many minutes a day before my wrists are just shot. So it looks like typing might not be my forte in the near future. But like I say, I am working at it. So I'm on a bit of a budget too, so I'm trying to save some money here typing out articles. And I like to write some of my own articles anyway, just to control the content. One of the reasons I got into online marketing and SEO in particular was for another business that my wife and I own, which shall remain secret for reasons that I won't go into. But anyway, I like to write a lot of the content for that particular business because the people that are our customers are very educated, and at least they're very educated in the area that we're involved in. So you really can't afford to be buying half-baked content from people who have no understanding of our industry. So I write a lot of the content myself, and I suck at typing. So I had to come up with a system, and here's my system. So those of you that are in the same boat that I am, you want to try this out, it's pretty handy. Get an untitled Google Doc, and just about every, you can see I'm recording with a Yeti stereo microphone here, but everything, this is ScreenFlow. You have a built-in microphone, and that built-in microphone is connected into your system automatically. So you could do this. You could click on Tools, Voice Typing, and voila, all of a sudden this little icon comes up in the corner and it says click to speak. It's got a tooltip there. So this is what I've been doing to write articles. So we're going to write a quick little article here, and I'm going to show you how this works. Now, it does have some limitations, but I think the limitations are easily overcome with a few tricks, and I'll go through some of this stuff. It's not a perfect system, but if you're as slow at typing as I am, it's a far cry better. I can get the job done in a third the time easily. Like what would take me a half hour, I mean, I just wrote an article a little while ago. It's probably 1,000 words, and it probably only took me 10 to 15 minutes. It'd probably be another maybe 5 minutes of editing, some of which you can do as you go. So anyway, let's get started. We'll just pretend we're writing an article here. So we're going to pretend that we are writing an article. There's one of your tips there. Put in the punctuation now. As you can see, you can edit as you go along. Just stop speaking. Erase what you didn't like and start again. Period. See, that's great It's very interpretive. It knew that I didn't mean to write the word period, even though I did that time. It's odd. You see how it puts in capitals occasionally. It sometimes understands when you mean period at the end of a sentence. Notice it put a capital on at. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. But there's no way I can type this fast. Even with corrections, this is 3 times, 4 times as fast as I can type. And it's pretty darn accurate too, as you can see. Now, I am going to sound like an idiot as I go forward, explaining how to use this to its maximum capacity. The reason I will sound like an idiot is because I have to talk like a robot to get the maximum effect from this system. Granted, I could talk a lot faster like I am right now, and it will still recognize what I say as long as I speak extremely articulately as I am right now. Blue as I am right now. And you can shut it off every once in a while and make corrections, which you kind of have to do when you're... It doesn't seem to work like the word articulately. So one of the things as you notice I'm doing with it is I put in some of the periods manually as I go. You can put in some of the capitals too. You can even do some, line breaks like this as you go, just so that when you come back, it's quite a bit of a nightmare. So here I go again, talking like a robot, so that the system can recognize what I am saying. And then just put the period in manually. I haven't come up with a system for putting the capitals in at the beginning of sentences, and I'm actually surprised that it doesn't recognize that I've manually put a period in and start over with a capital on that sentence. So again, it's not perfect, but as you can see, if you wanted to write a 500-word article, you could probably get it done if you got good at this in about 5 minutes. So, some people don't like to write. Some people don't have anything to say. Great. You can pay for someone at AI or whatever to have someone write articles for you. And I mean, if you're doing client SEO and they're paying the bill, certainly you want to buy the articles and run them through Copyscape and do all that stuff. But if you got some time in your hands and you're in a situation like I am where you actually want to control some of the content for your own business, or if you're writing your on-page content for your own website and you really want to have control over that, and you're a decent writer or are willing to, work at it to get your writing decent, this is a great way to save time if you don't type. So thought I'd throw that out there. And as a closing test here, we'll see how rapid I can make this system work and still get something out of it. So we'll do this. We'll engage the microphone again. And what will we say? Well, I'll just ramble on here. I'm just going to ramble on as fast as I can. I'm going to ramble on really, really fast and just see how fast this system is and if it can keep up with what I'm saying. And oh my God, let's see if I can make this thing really, really go. Run, 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 run away. Not bad, eh? It actually just wrote most of what I said pretty darn good. I don't know why it wrote ramble on in capitals. Maybe it thinks I'm talking about a song. Obviously, Google is drawing on some sort of database that it's using for this. And another interesting thing here, folks, is this is sort of a giveaway of how Google interprets things. It's a bit of a clue as to, as we're putting content out there, what Google is using as a database to sort of interpret what we're saying. It's giving us clues. It's something that kind of occurred to me as I was doing this. And as you can see, it works pretty darn good. So anyway, that's enough for that. You've seen what it can do. It's time for you to go experiment with it. Couple of little things, don't be afraid to edit as you go along. Try to speak as articulate as you can. I'm in an extremely quiet room here. If you can see behind me, this is a little bit of a recording studio. My light's not strong enough to show you the back wall there. That's a padded wall and got padded side walls. So my room is extremely quiet. So it picks up what I say on the microphone quite well. So in a case we're in a room that has a lot of reverberation, like as you can hear when you listen to me talk, this room's very dry, very, very limited reflections. But if you're in a room like a living room or something, or an office with hard walls, I'd recommend getting a little closer to the microphone because the reverberation and the slapback in the room, I find when I've tested it in other places, obscures the words a little bit. So you need to get up and kind of eat the microphone a little bit more. If you got a desktop mic, like one of the ones that I see a lot of guys using, anyway, any kind of desktop microphone, move it a little closer to you and try to speak a little closer to it. And the closer you get up to the mic, the less of the room sound it will hear. And you can even stack some books around the mic so that it kind of blocks out some of the room sound. And if you'll do that, then the system will be able to interpret more accurately what you're saying. And again, be very articulate when you talk. And you'll find it's a pretty efficient system. As you can see, I put about, I don't know, probably 250 words on the page here in a pretty short order. So there you go. There's a time-saving trick for those of you that are writing your own articles. Hope to have more for you in the future. See you later.